So when is it okay to work for free?
Who had been saying that? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who had been saying that?
For me, working for free, or for me, when it's okay to work for free, if it's going to benefit you or if you can learn from it. I think that's the best time, or one of the best times you should even consider working for free. If it's going to benefit you and the skills tasks that you have, will definitely benefit you in the long run. If you did something, a service for somebody else, where you can learn from that skill. I've had a friend of mine who worked for somebody, and his deal with the guy was, I'll do it for free for 6 months if you're willing to teach me the craft. 6 months ended up turning into like a year, and the craft was carpentry. And after a year, he worked for this guy for free for a year. He had his own job. He would do it on his own off time, but he worked for him for a year for free. After that year, he learned so much, the guy hired him, or actually he set him up with somebody else for a job, which got his name out there for other jobs because he did work for free. And in these cases, like I said before, this is a great scenario for where it's okay to work for free. Situations where I feel it is okay to work for free, but not under circumstances where you're not being compensated for it, whether you're picking up a trade from it, because like I said, it doesn't always have to be monetary. You may be just picking up a trade from it, and in those cases, in my opinion, it's fine to work for free. Now it's up to you to put a boundary and a limit on how much of yourself you're willing to give for free. Again, you can't put yourself in a position where you'll be having your time taken advantage of, or your creativity taken advantage of, because some people will allow you to do it, and they will always come back to you and say, well, I didn't ask you to do that. And they'd be right. You just did it because you felt like, you know what, that's a friend of mine's, or that's a family member of mine's, or so I'm going to put my best into this. And maybe you're not expecting anything monetary, but the more you do that, the more they expect it. And then after a while, you may start to feel like you should receive something. That's your fault, because you started out giving up your time for free. And if you came to them, they would be absolutely correct in telling you, I didn't ask you to do that, my man. Thank you, I appreciate it, but I didn't ask you to do that. So you truly have to be particular about working for free, who you work for free for, and when it's okay to work for free. So I really think that deep down inside, this is a question that we all have to answer for ourselves, and kind of pick and choose when it's best for yourself to work for free. I mean, I know it's kind of hard to, but again, I truly believe if it's I've learned a lot working for free, and the things that I have done for free and that I do to this day for free are things that I really enjoy doing. So I don't have a problem doing them for free, because I educate myself in the process of doing these. So it's a trade-off for me when I'm doing something for free, because I benefit from it just from what I'm learning, and that is payment enough for me. And I don't think you can put a price on that, because later on down the road you may not realize it at the time that you're doing the task for free, but later on down the road you'll find, oh wow, this is a skill that I learned back in whenever, and right now I'm able to apply that skill, and I could have never knew I would have been using this skill later on down the road. So in that aspect, where it's going to benefit you, whether you know it or not, especially if it's dealing with something, it has to be dealing with something that you enjoy doing. it's definitely going to benefit you down the road. So in that aspect, I say yes, I will work for free under those circumstances. I don't think you should use the practices that you use to make a living off of, in most cases, for free. Again, this is also something else I spoke about in my prior video, being loyal to a fault. Please check that video, guys, if you haven't already. Please subscribe to the page also, guys, if you haven't already. Thanks for all the comments, man. But getting back to what I'm saying, being loyal to a fault, that can also come in from you offering your services for free. Because people start to expect this of you, especially when you're dealing with people that are close to you. And again, you can't blame them, because this is the stage that you set. And because you set this stage, you can't be surprised now that they're looking for your services for free when they come and ask you later on. You kind of got to expect it, especially if you're good at what you do and you're putting your all into what you're doing. You can rest assured they're going to come back and they're going to expect that same type of work for free. Yeah, then you also have those cases, guys, where you're working and you may be looking for a promotion, and it may entail you to do extra overtime, and sometimes maybe you don't even get paid for that overtime. But you're thinking longevity, right? You're thinking, if I do this for free now, later on I'm going to get that promotion. And that's up in the air too, because you're not guaranteed that promotion. I myself have worked several jobs for free because of the education that I knew I would receive from it. And that's another case where I feel like it's fine to work for free, because especially if that education that you're receiving is something that you enjoy doing, you're going to definitely benefit from that later on if you enjoy doing whatever it is you've decided to take on for free. So it's very important to give a lot of consideration and thought to any project, assignment, or anything that you decide to tackle or take on or commit yourself to for free. Once you do this, again, this is what you set yourself up for. And again, you cannot be upset with people for expecting this, because that's what happens. People start to expect this from you because you've done it for so long. And again, it's nothing wrong with doing it. You just have to lay down boundaries. You have to be careful about who you're doing it for and why you're doing it. It's very important to know why you're doing it. It's very important to know who you're doing it for, because people will take anything for free. So if you're offering up your services for free, why wouldn't they use you to continue to grow their business if you're offering a service to them that they would normally have to pay for free? So again, guys, you got to be careful with that. Like myself and all the rest of you beginners, it's kind of hard not to work for free sometimes, only because you're trying so hard to get your brand out there. You're trying so hard to get your videos out there. You're trying so hard to get your name out there. And so it's easy to take on jobs for free. It's easy to work for free. But just remember, you put a lot of hard work into that service that you're providing, and you should be compensated for whatever your services are, for all that hard work that you put into it. And people should want to pay you for that service. Stay blessed, guys. TC out.
Yeah. And what I do for the benefit of me and my kids. Dig that. Talk.